Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Cards everywhere here. Today I am bringing you another deck for this week's league. This is quite a powerful one. I'm quite happy with it so far. So I'll give you a quick rundown and we'll jump into a game. So first up we have James Armstead. On the return, your opponent loses 2 energy this round, and if you won the turn, your opponent loses 10 power this round. Very good for putting the squeeze in your opponent's energy. Next we have Fritz. On the return, your espionage cards, wherever they are, cost -1 energy until played, and if your deck contains 5 or more espionage cards, your espionage cards, wherever they are, gain 10 power until played. Next we have the Enigma Machine. On the draw, your opponent's cards in hand lose 7 power this round, and this card gains 35 power this round. Very, very good card. Next we have Cambridge 5. On the draw, if your deck contains exactly 5 espionage cards, your espionage cards, wherever they are, gain 25 power until played, and if it's round 5, they gain an additional 5 power until played. Quite a good card. Next we have the last of the espionage, 5 Eyes. On the play, 5 of your random espionage cards, wherever they are, gain 25 power permanently. Extremely good effect. Next we have the mythic Holy Grail. So on the draw, your brilliant human body cards, wherever they are, gain 28 power until played. Quite a good effect. Very expensive card. Very powerful, but we have a few cards in the deck to reduce the cost. Next we have the Charles Ponzi. On the draw, your cards in hand gain 50 power this turn, and then at the start of a turn, your cards in hand lose 10 power until played. So we want to get this card out of our hand as soon as we draw it. Next we have Boris the Younger. So on the draw, your Holy Grail card, wherever it is, costs -3 energy permanently, and your brilliant human body cards, wherever they are, cost -1 energy permanently. Very good card for this deck. Next up is the Eye. On the play, your brilliant human body cards, wherever they are, gain 20 power until played. Decent effect. Next, we have Birds Aren't Real. On the draw, if your deck has 4 or more science cards, your birds and espionage cards, wherever they are, gain 24 power until played. So that works out for this deck. Next we have the Brain. On the draw, your cards, wherever they are, gain 23 power for 2 turns, and this card locks for 2 turns. And then on the return, it locks a random opponent's card in hand for the next turn. Next we have Statue of Liberty. On the play, if your deck contains exactly 6 science cards, your science cards, wherever they are, gain 21 power until played, and then repeat for each album. So we'll be repeating for all of our albums in the deck. Next we have Art Deco. On the play, this card gains 20 power permanently, and you gain 1 energy permanently. Fairly decent effect and will help with our energy management. Next we have Heart. At the start of a turn, a random brilliant human body card in your hand gains 20 power until played. Fairly good card. Next we have the Renaissance. On the draw, your arts and culture cards, wherever they are, gain 10 power until played, and if your deck has 6 or fewer arts and culture cards, your arts and culture cards, wherever they are, gain 18 power until played. So we'll be getting the full effect from this card. Next up is Virtual Reality. On the play, your cards in hand gain 15 power this turn, and then on the return, your remaining cards in hand cost -2 energy next turn. So that can help reduce the energy cost of the cards. Next we have Sir Galahad. On the return, gain 1 energy permanently, and your Holy Grail, wherever it is, costs -5 energy permanently. That's another card to reduce the Holy Grail cost. And last up, we have Father Time. So at the start of a turn, this card gains 12 power until played, and then on the return, this card loses 60 power until played. So we will hold on to this card for as long as possible. So let's jump into a game, see if we can get a win. I'm quite happy with the deck so far. I've only lost 1 or 2 games, and it's usually to a very similar deck. So let's see how we do this turn. There's probably a few changes I would make to the deck. I might take out Father Time and put in something else. It's been hit and miss for me. But I'll play a few more games and then I'll make a decision. So how's everybody getting on? Let me know in the comments what you're thinking of the deck. Give me any suggestions you have to change it. Ideally I would like to push Archangel in it, but I don't currently have one. So hopefully I'll get my hands on one soon enough. And it looks like we have found an opponent. So let's do our best to win here. So we have the Renaissance. I think we will get that out now. I think we'll play the Enigma Machine and Virtual Reality. That will reduce the cost of the cards in hand and might give us a little energy towards playing the Holy Grail early. So the opponent played his Fritz, which will put a little bit of a squeeze on ourselves, but luckily we did play the Virtual Reality, so I think we'll be okay. So we'll get Charles Ponzi out, Boris, and I think we'll play the Birds Aren't Real. That's 269, and here's the opponent's Shinigami. Looks like it hit one of the lesser cards, so that is okay. Now we're only a little bit behind, so hopefully we draw something good and we can boost ahead. Here's our Cambridge 5 and our Fritz, so I think we'll get both of those out. And we'll play the Eye as well. That's 296, and the opponent has a longsword, so it looks like we do lose this round. But that's okay, we're playing the long game with this deck. So let's see what we can do. Going into round 2, and we have the Espionage Arena, so hopefully we can take advantage of that. There's our Holy Grail. So I think we'll get out Art Deco, Statue, and the Heart. So it's 3-4-8. Looks like we are in the lead. So we will try to maintain that for this round. So there's our brain available again. So I think we will go full in. And I think I'll play Sir Galahad for a little bit of energy as well. So it looks like we are still in the lead. So we just need one more turn of that and we will have this round in the bag. So the Holy Grail is getting cheaper and cheaper. Hopefully we'll be able to play that in round 3 or 4. So there's the Enigma Machine and Father Time. So we will try to hold on to Father Time if we can. I think I'll play the Brain in the middle to draw it a little bit earlier. It's a very strong turn from the opponent, but I think we just have it. So that is a win for round 2, and we lock one of the opponent's cards down for next turn. So we're going into round 3, Space Arena. So I don't think either of us get an advantage here. There's Boris the Younger again, reducing the cost of the Grail. So I think we'll get him around one more time, and we'll play Virtual Reality. And hopefully next turn we'll be able to play the Holy Grail. So the opponent plays a strong hand, but it looks like we are still in the lead. And our Father Time is ticking away there in the corner. So we will save that until we absolutely need it. So we have Cambridge and Fritz. So I think we will get them both out. And I think we'll also play the Grail to assure this round. That's 4-6-8, and the opponent has a long sword. But we are well in the lead now, so I think we are safe enough to play some weaker cards next turn. And save our stronger stuff for the next round. So I think we'll go with the Eye, Statue, and the Birds Aren't Real. I am a little worried, so I will actually play Art Deco instead. So it's 2-5-3. Looks like I didn't really need to worry, but sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. So we are 2 ahead now, going into round 3. As you can see, this deck does ramp up quite high. I have to say I am quite happy with it so far. It's been doing very well for me. So I think we'll play Fritz, Five Eyes, and the Heart. And we'll put a little squeeze on the opponent's energy as well. So it looks like we are slightly in the lead. And the opponent's energy is reduced. So hopefully we draw some good cards now and we can go for the win. There is the Brain and Sir Galahad. So I think I will play the Brain, or I play the Enigma Machine, Sir Galahad, and we might play the Father Time as well for a nice big turn. That's 545. We will put us well in the lead and will hopefully assure our victory this game. Let's see what we draw for the last turn. Here we have our Ponzi and the Renaissance. So that's some nice little boosts. So I think we'll play our strongest hand and hope for the win. It's 4, 6, 7. The opponent has a Ponzi as well, but it looks like it just wasn't enough. So there is a victory for this deck. As you can see, it is very powerful. So if you can build it, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I will be back again with another deck. See you, everybody.